This is Radio Wimborne, and you're listening to Kelly Webb and Malcolm Angell, and we've just welcomed John from Wimborne Orchestra into the studio. Welcome, John.
Good morning, good afternoon, rather.
Good afternoon, yeah. It's just tipped over to the afternoon. Yeah. We were just saying about the year going quick, but the day's going quick as well. Right, so you want to come in and tell the nice people of Wimborne all about the orchestra, and actually Malcolm is one of Mr. Wimborne. He knows everything, and he said... Orchestra? Wimborne? How fantastic.
I need to hear more, I said. Let's hear more.
It's surprising how many people don't know that Wimborne has an orchestra that bears its name.
Yeah. Well, tell us about it. We've been through that, haven't we, the last 12 months of Radio Wimborne?
No, can't be.
You do get there in the end, believe us. So just tell us a bit more about it. What's your involvement in it for a start?
Well,
Who
I'm
are
the
you?
conductor. So it's mostly down to me to decide what we do and when we do it and how we do it and so on.
So you're the guy with the what's the posh word for the stick? The baton.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
What's your genre then, John? Are you jazz or classical?
As music, I mean, we I suppose it's best described as eclectic. I mean, we play a mixture of all kinds. I mean, a typical program we might do just one big sort of classical piece, an overture or a movement from a symphony or something like that. But the rest of it is often film music and marches, waltzes, things from shows.
Like Star Wars theme tune, that kind of thing.
Sorry, the which?
Star Wars theme tune, that's always a good one.
Yeah, we haven't actually done that one, but if I could find the music, we'd have a go at it, certainly.
No, it'd be fantastic. So, you've been into music yourself a long time, have you?
Oh, I started learning the piano when I was 6. My parents made me.
I love piano.
So I've been doing it ever since.
I bet you hated them for it at the time, but you thank them now.
Exactly, yeah. I wish I'd stuck with it, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, that's my favourite instrument, and it's one instrument that even when you don't get it quite right, it doesn't screech like some instruments do. Like when my daughter was learning recorder, it's like, oh, stop, please, and the same with violin. But piano, even if you get a wrong note, it's still a beautiful sound, isn't it?
Yeah, perhaps.
I think. Well,
picking you up on that, of course, though, I mean, learning the violin is actually a good move because there's always room for more violins in amateur orchestras.
Yes,
whereas if you learn to play something like the flute or the clarinet, it's not so easy.
Oh, we've got 20 of those already, that kind of thing.
So you're an amateur orchestra, John. How many pieces are you?
We've got over 80 members at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. Probably have 60 or so at a rehearsal. But we're unusual among orchestras in that we don't actually have a quota. So, I mean, if we did end up with 20 flutes, we would actually still accommodate them.
Where do you meet them, John?
We meet at St Nicholas Church in Corfmullen these days.
Right, and that could... And you can all actually get in, so you all get there together.
Well, that's the beauty of it, because St Nicholas Church is quite large.
Right.
It's also modern. Yeah. So it even has heating, for instance, which is quite good.
Oh, I'd say that's a luxury in a church, isn't it? So you've got 80 members, and I mean, do they float in and out, or you can't have 80 there all the time, surely?
No, I mean, it's just when you've got that many, there's always somebody who's got something else on, a family commitment or something.
We could do it that, couldn't we? We could do it 80 presenters, Malcolm, so that when someone can't turn up, you've still got someone to backfill them. Because if you just had the right number and then one of your pianist or something couldn't turn up, that would be a real problem for you, wouldn't it? So do you do many concerts in the local area? Do they call them concerts with orchestra?
Well, we do, yeah. I mean, a lot of them are just really about giving people a chance to play in concerts, because our main purpose is giving people a chance to play.
Okay.
And giving them concert experience is part of it, really. So, I mean, we do one at the end of every term, just a sort of play through, mostly for invited guests and family. But we usually publicise it as well. I mean, anybody's welcome to come. But we occasionally have a more high-profile one, when, say, a charity invites us. A few years back we played here in the Allendale Centre, for instance, for a veterinary charity. We did another one in the Code Hall at Bryanston, which was a really rather nice event, actually.
But you're giving people concert experience, so somebody could come and learn how to do it with you, but then they could be involved with a different concert, school concert or something like that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, the main reason we exist is to give people a chance to play, and they tend to be mostly people who used to play when they were children.
Right.
And they often gave up when they left school, when they went to university or when they started work. And, 20, 30 years later, they suddenly think, oh, I'll take that up again.
Yeah. So it's mainly adults then? You don't have children in there?
Mainly, but we've got, I think, 4 or 5 school-age children at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's given them valuable experience.
We're always keen to have them. To the extent that we don't charge them a subscription.
So if somebody wanted to be a member of your orchestra, tell us a bit about the details, like how much do they get charged? What is the subscription? I suppose it's to cover the cost of hiring the hall and that kind of thing.
That's the main one, yes, and provision of music, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yes, I mean, our regular subscription is £2 a week, or £20.
Oh, that's a bit steep.
Or £20 for the term.
That's pretty reasonable, isn't it, for that kind of involvement? So, and what kind of level do they need to be at then? Because they don't want to drag you down, do they?
Well, I mean, a lot of amateur orchestras say, they want people to be at grade 5 or something like that. But no, as far as we're concerned, provided, they've got a reasonable range of notes on their instrument, they're welcome to come have a go.
That's really good.
So it's self-selecting, mostly. I've never yet asked somebody to leave.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So a few people come and find that it's too difficult for them, but most of them stick with it, and they realise that after a few weeks, they're getting into it, and
so a typical.
Working.
Do you meet weekly then?
Yeah.
Right. So a typical week then. Do you actually work on a particular piece of music then, and work through that, and then actually play the full concert at the end of it? Is that how you do it?
Well, normally we've got a fairly long list of pieces, and I try and work my way through that, so that I probably try, once we've got them started, to sort of do roughly half of them one week and the other half the next week, so that we gradually build them up. Now, personally, I don't like this rehearsal approach that some people have, where they go into real depth on a piece, and take it apart in great detail. Because most people just need a chance to play it and play it and play it, and and be corrected on the main things.
So what are you working on now then?
We're working at the moment. Well, for our next one, there'll be 3 James Bond numbers, for instance.
Oh,
wow,
stylish.
That's just a little group.
But are you going to be doing the sort of the typical, the actual James Bond theme then?
Yeah, we've got. I'm trying to remember the titles now.
Well,
your mind goes blank when you.
James Bond will do.
Yeah.
We all know the tune.
It's the theme tunes from 3 different films. Anyway.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they all differ a little bit. All of them got the same little bit in the middle, obviously.
Yeah.
And how difficult are they to play?
Well, the one we've just started is quite tricky rhythm-wise, but the notes aren't too bad. People will get the hang of it in time.
And you can adapt them. You can adapt them to say the number of strings that you've got, and with other instruments, you can actually adapt it and make it work. Obviously.
Yes, that's the point. Yeah, I mean, we don't only stick to the conventional orchestral instruments either. I mean, we're happy to have people who play brass band instruments or saxophones. I'll transpose the parts as necessary so that they can play the notes.
So I always ask this question whenever I see a conductor, whether it's on television or whether it's in front of a choir or wherever. It's what is that role? I mean, I kind of loosely know that it's about giving direction, but with that, where you're sort of moving your hands and your baton and that kind of thing, what are the musicians taking from those movements, those very specific movements? What do they do? What are they reading from you there? Yeah.
Well, I mean, the joke version, of course, is that you just tell them when to start and you just keep waving your arms until the music stops, and then you bow. But no, I mean, realistically, you're setting the tempo as the most important thing. So people know when to start, when to slow down, speed up, when to stop, when there's a pause, when there's a change of tempo. And then, of course, by the amplitude of your movements, you do, when it's quiet, you do small movements.
Yeah.
And when you want it to be louder, you make bigger movements. And obviously you occasionally use one hand. I mean, most people conduct with the right hand to keep beating the time. They use the left hand to give other signals, to bring people up or to take them down, or to
I've seen
warn people that they've got an entry.
Yeah. So I was referring to a choir. I'd never seen it done with a choir before. I think it was last Christmas. Somebody was doing it with a choir, and it was an adult choir. I thought you only did that with instruments. So why are they doing it with a choir? Why would they do that? Because people aren't.
Oral conducting can be quite different.
Right.
I mean, some do still beat the time, but a lot of conductors of choirs sort of mould the music. They're not actually beating time at all. They're sort of doing the syllables or bringing the thing up. They find their own way of interpreting visually what they want to come out musically.
It's all right them interpreting it, but you need the people singing to understand. I suppose you'd have to kind of say, when I do this, I mean that.
That's what you build up in rehearsal.
It's fascinating, actually. So are you looking for new members?
We're always looking for new members because of the kind of orchestra we are. We have people coming in, and they're rusty, they want to build up their skills again. And some of them, when they have built them up, they want to move on to something a little more advanced. A lot of them, fortunately, stay with us, but because there is a continual, trickle of attrition, as you could say.
Yeah.
We're always keen to have new people.
Always ready to have new people. So if somebody's quite keen to get in touch with you, because there must be some people out there, like you say, that are a bit rusty, then we want to give them the contact details.
We do, yeah. We'll need all that. Yeah. I've got loads of other questions.
Well, to start with, of course, they could do worse than look on our website anyway.
Right, do you want to give them the name of that website?
Yeah, it's www.thewimborneorchestra.org.uk.
Well, that's fairly straightforward, isn't it?
Yes,
well, Malcolm's clearly got some questions. Malcolm, you're itching to ask some more questions.
Yeah, I am, yeah. Now, here's one. Do you ever record any of your work?
Usually not deliberately, no.
Oh, okay.
Occasionally people have recorded us, and somebody did put some of us on YouTube once.
Yeah, really? Well, that's good. YouTube's great, yeah. Why don't we have the Wimborne Orchestra do a bit of our theme tune for Radio Wimborne, a bit of our bed.
Hey, that would be
really great. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be good.
Use it.
That would be good. We'll have to send that to you.
We'll send you the Wow, there we are. You stick around. We're going to play it.
We'll play
it in just a mo.
We'll play a bit for you, and then we could have you do it. Well, I don't know how we would give them the music. Or we could get that. We could do that.
Man's a musician,
and then you could record it, and we could play this on Radio Wimborne. That would be fantastic.
That would be really, really good. Right, got your own one there. But but John, I understand you've only been going since about 95.
2005.
2005. Sorry,
the orchestra was founded in 1951.
51. Right.
Yeah.
So
where did I get the 2005?
I don't know.
Yeah. Are you the?
I've been with it since 2005.
Ah, that'll be it then.
Yes,
that'll be it.
Yeah. So are you the old Corfe-Mullen Orchestra?
Yes.
You are, right. Okay.
Yes. Sometime before I joined, it became the Wimborne Orchestra.
Well, we had a couple of we had a couple of concerts of the Corfe-Mullen Orchestra at the Tivoli Theatre using the acoustics there, which is really good. I've actually got a recording of them somewhere. Yeah,
so you've got a link there. I just knew you'd have some sort of tenuous link because there's nothing you don't know about what happened in Wimborne.
I always used to support the Corfe-Mullen Orchestra, and I thought it was just the right thing we should put on at the TIFF because. But that must have been about 20 odd years ago when I put them on there a couple of times.
Yeah, so well before my time.
Great fun. It was always great fun. It was great to see so many people coming, really giving it what for.
Yeah, that's
right.
Good.
So you were the Corfe-Mullen Orchestra, now the Wimborne. Right. Okay.
Let's give them some more contact details. So go onto the website. Tell us that again, just in case people didn't get it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, so of course, if you just Google the Wimborne Orchestra, it'll come up
anyway.
But it's www.thewimborneorchestra, just all run together. .org.uk.
That's really straightforward.
Yeah.
And they can email and contact you on jwtmusic@supanet, that's SUPA, supanet.com.
That's right.
If they wanted to get in touch. And just for £2 a week, they get to get away all those cobwebs that they've had if they've not touched their instrument.
Exactly.
And a bit of fun, I guess. Must be a lot of people. I can imagine walking into the hall now and then all these kind of screechy noises as people are warming up.
I love that.
At the beginning of a concert and you hear all those sort of noises and it's all that, like the excitement in a theatre, isn't it, when all that's happening.
Tea and coffee?
Mm-hmm. We used to do that. Unfortunately, it got so big that the volunteers decided they just couldn't cope.
Oh. Bring one with you.
Bring a flask.
The church does have a hot water machine, so if you bring your own coffee and mug, you can get the water.
I can imagine it's a bit unwieldy if there's 80 people there.
And which evenings do you meet?
We meet on Mondays.
We
start at 7:30, and we take a break about 8:30 usually, and finish 9:30. And then those of us who feel that way inclined make our way down to the pub.
Right. Getting better and better.
Hey. Not the school children for that particular outing then.
No, a lot of them go home at 8:30 actually.
No, that's fair enough. Well, John, thanks very much for coming in. It's good to be able to highlight something, again, in and around the Wimborne area where people get together. Since we started Radio Wimborne, we've just said there's so many people in different organisations and community groups and volunteers, and it's just lovely to be able to highlight that to all the people, isn't it, Malcolm?
It's great. Yeah, I love it.
Right. Well, we'll let you listen to the radio theme tune, Radio Wimborne theme tune, and then we'll play a song. Thanks very much.
Here we go.
Bye for now.
I'll listen to it. Thanks.
Bye.